Okay. That's actually the way I had it. Okay.
Commentary table bracket.
Yeah, I was talking like working away up.
Well, there's also like 2 or 3 draws from today that they haven't put up there yet, so I have no idea. But I do know that this is all second event games. BET.
Really leaned on that.
Yeah.
And they heard me say that this is all second event. That's vital information.
I'm not sure what they did. All right. Well, we're live now with draw 11. And I'm going to operate the cameras and let the webcasters explain.
Yes, as our operator, producer, camera guru here, Judy has just mentioned, this is the which draw? 9th, 10th, 11th draw.
The last one was the 10th, so
Yes.
this must be the 11th.
The 11th draw of the 13th annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel at the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center. I love to say all that. It's like a baseball stadium.
It's
like
awesome.
Oriole Park at Camden Yards. It's the Potomac Club at the National Capital Center.
It's a mouthful, but you do it well.
Oh, I've been practiced. Well practiced for a couple of years of this. I am Mike Sell on working commentary of a game here with Travis Hamilton officially from the Curling Club of Virginia, but reciprocal member of our club, plays in our leagues, uses our ice, eats our food.
Yeah, I'm basically a member, sort of. Wish I lived a little closer. I would be here even more, but.
Still finishing the game on D. I'd like to switch to house cam. I can't do that yet.
And I believe we are. Is this a quarterfinal for the B event?
These are all not really. I guess they're 8th finals. If there was a word of that, this would be still the round of
16.
The semi-final?
Yes. This is the round of 16 of the second event. So some of these teams would have lost their first and then won their second to get in here, and some of them would have won their first and lost their second to get here.
Right. Yes, we had a bit of a different bracket where they're dropping down after
a
win-lose.
Right. One-loss teams in the first event of this did drop into the second, and that is the case here with our game here on sheet B. Team Stefanik, the Stefaniks and the Skinners, they won their first game on Thursday night and then lost yesterday. The team Temple, I believe, lost their first game but then won yesterday afternoon.
They did. They beat our team from Curling Club of Virginia yesterday.
Okay.
So, and I believe Stefanik actually has won this event last year.
He is the 2-time, I believe, defending champion.
So a bit of a shock for him to be in the B event.
Yeah, especially a surprise. The team that was able to knock him off. Well, actually, I forgot. Yeah, this thing only goes back to 2012. So I'm like, actually, last year he was only winning the third event, but this is because our program stops at 2012 on the back page for some reason. History just stopped happening at the club.
Yep.
Thanks, Obama.
Went digital.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
Thanks, Obama. So it looks like Jackie wants tap back here on her own centerline guard versus the draw round.
Did we get the skips mic'd for this game?
We did.
Oh,
Yes,
we did.
so both skips are mic'd, so we can do some listen-ins as the game progresses. Over curled on them a little, but got one in the house. Stefanik's gonna just take care of it right away.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Whoa.
Solid nose hit there.
Yep.
Removes the red from play, does the job. Doesn't get any roll under any cover, but wasn't a whole lot of cover to roll under.
I'm not even sure if he really wanted to roll under. Maybe would have given something to draw to had he. So I think Michael's happy with that.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with just taking the other stone out of play and taking over the house, whether you're exposed or not.
Jackie wants to get the roll here. Got some roll, not quite undercover, but
no, it did get closer to the center line, but.
This time Michael is hoping for the roll under on this one. Conducting a little learn to curl out here on sheet C. Not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I guess just a skip, maybe giving some last-minute pointers to
yeah.
a new member of the team.
Yeah.
Guess as long as if the other skip is okay with
Yeah,
it, then
yeah.
you know we're all about curling education and practice. And
Absolutely.
if they get their game in and out of the way, then they're not really
Yeah.
hurting anybody else. They are entitled to use the ice while they're out there.
Yeah, and maybe they're waiting because D went quite late there, too. So Stefanik made the nice hit and roll. Temple's going to try to draw down to it. Looks like they just snuck by it, but very close. Stefanik's going to try to put up a guard, protect his one. He's stealing here without the hammer. Pretty much exactly where he wanted that guard to be. Do we still not have an overhead cam? Or
Oh, no, we're good now.
We do, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to see the overhead?
Yeah,
There you go.
awesome.
Excellent.
So interesting, I have the delayed one in front of me, so sometimes I look down and sometimes you catch something you miss, though, too, so it's
No, I like having the delay in front of us. It's like an instant replay.
yeah, it really is.
You see a really nice draw, and you're like, I'm going to watch that again. And there it is.
Yep.
You can almost see it 3 times between looking at the ice, looking at the screen, and then looking at the live broadcast.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
That went right through.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the shot call was. She trying to hit the guard?
I think I heard her say peel before she put the broom down.
Oh, okay.
And it would explain why they were playing it really thin. Like they didn't want to really catch that guard fully.
Yeah.
I still think maybe I would have went with an out turn there. Or, sorry, left-handed, so everything's backwards for me. That would have been an in turn for most shooters to play from the left to the right.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it just wasn't peel weight either. That was the problem. It was really just control.
Yeah, that's why it overcurled as much as it did.
So I believe Stefanik's going to try to draw in here for a second shot.
This looks like it's got way too much weight.
Yeah, it's kind of cooking.
Yeah, another back.
Yep, right through the back. Having played Michael Stefanik a number of times, you're not going to see him make that mistake too many times. So
No,
he'll find his weight pretty quick.
he's been around enough that he will not make the same mistake twice.
No.
See, their team name is some combination of
Of their last names,
yeah.
yeah.
Stefski.
Stefski, the Stefanik and Skinner team.
Do we know what clubs these teams are from?
Schenectady. The Stefanics.
The Stefanics are from Schenectady. I believe the Skinners are now out of Utica, but formerly of Potomac. At least Chuck used to be out of Potomac.
Right, he's wearing a Potomac jacket. I saw that. And Team Temple's from Pittsburgh Curling Club.
Oh, that's another Pittsburgh team. Okay.
Yeah.
I would add Schenectady and Pittsburgh to their team names, but then I'd have to spell Schenectady, which is always a challenge.
That's fine.
Plus, I don't think it would fit.
Yeah, it's
even at Schenectady, where they put the clubs on the scoreboards, they abbreviate it.
Yes.
Do they?
It's like SCH'Y. Like.
You know, I actually find every time I go to write it, I'm always thinking I'm going to spell it wrong, but I almost never do. It's just.
How often do you write Schenectady?
I don't know why. Probably not a lot.
When we were there for the Kaiser just recently.
Yeah.
Every time I kept trying to type it.
I was
to search
Googling
for
it for the web stream the weekend the Kaiser was there. I kept having to type it in for that Schenectady Curling Club.
I was always looking up,
it was already just in my history from the Dykes the previous year. So
right.
You would have to type it out.
Yeah. So that was why I was like, there was a reason I was typing in a lot. And every time I had the same thought, how do you spell this?
Some S's, some C's, H's.
Well, while we're talking about wonderful town names, it's unfortunate that Wauwatosa does not have one of their teams in this draw. We could say Wauwatosa a lot, too.
I believe we're playing I'm playing Wauwatosa in the next draw. So there's 2 teams that are from Wauwatosa, correct?
Yes, there's one team actually called Wauwatosa, 3 players from Wauwatosa, 1 from Potomac.
Where is Wauwatosa?
It's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I was going to guess Minnesota or Wisconsin. There's a question in the chat window.
Oh, is that Pete on sheet A vice skipping for the Pittsburgh team? Yes. The team.
He's playing with its Daphne Roberts and Len from Pittsburgh, and Schultz, who is a former Pittsburgh player, now plays out of upstate Vermont and Quebec, I believe.
Okay, but yes, they're recorded as a Pittsburgh team, Pittsburgh number 5.
Yeah.
Paul Schultz, but Pete Morelowitz is the vice for that team.
Seems to be a lot of teams with, players from here and there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, we mentioned last night on the broadcast of the sort of small world that curling is. You travel to a few Bonspiels, you start to see a lot of the same people over and over again. And so eventually you start to form these inter-club teams to travel.
Yep. Absolutely. And, Paul actually travels to a lot of Bonspiels. I see him all over the place, considering he has to get on a plane for most of them, too. So
there do seem to be some teams from quite far away.
Here, this Bonspiel always gets teams from quite a ways away. We have 2 teams from San Francisco, a couple teams from Texas. So, yeah.
Yeah,
plus Wisconsin.
A lot of either former members of Potomac that are bringing people back from their new clubs, or people originally from the area that have moved, or originally from those places that will bring in teams. The Wauwatosa team, a Potomac member originally from Wisconsin, went back, grabbed some players, brought a team. You get that a lot, the D.C. area with its sort of
a lot of transients.
Yes, absolutely.
Transplant population, a lot of people moving in for new jobs or moving out because they're government workers to be employed somewhere else.
Yeah, people don't seem to, they kind of come and go through this town sometimes multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly.
Got that one in there nice.
Well, you got the State Department, you got the military.
Yeah, and then just the Capitol Hill as well, of course. So
all the other agencies, of course.
Right. Well, the other agencies aren't quite as transient.
I suppose.
I mean, a lot of contract work as well, I guess. So
True.
you're here for a year or 2 and then gone.
Stefano took 1 in the first, stole 1.
No first end scores yet on any of the sheets, especially over on sheet D, where they got a late start because of the game running long from the previous draw.
Sorry, you said there was 1 for Stefski?
1 for Stefski. Yeah.
1 for Stefski.
I was not keeping up on the score.
That's all right.
There we go. Oh, we're also in the
Luckily,
second.
they hung it nice and quick for us, so there was no debate.
We were too busy chatting here.
So just to quick run around the room here. Over on sheet A, we've got Rick Balala, the skip of his team. He's out of Chesapeake. His team is out of Chesapeake and Plainfield. He is throwing the Yellowstones against the Paul Schultz team on sheet A. Of course, this game we've got here on sheet B. Over on C, we've got Jason Hotra's rink from Dallas-Fort Worth, and they are throwing right now. So I can tell you that they are throwing the Yellowstones, and they are playing the Chicago club team skipped by Mike Higashikawa. And then over on sheet D, we've got, I cannot read what I wrote down.
We have Mark Robinson.
And Robinson, I believe.
They're playing a team out of Texas as well.
Yes.
Can I trouble someone to switch the house cams up there?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Yes, they didn't supply you with a reaching broom.
Yeah, I should just grab my own broom, but it's hanging up on the ice.
Yeah, mine are on my car. So look, it's definitely Robinson, and then it looks like Ronaldson. Those are both team names in this tournament, I believe. Oh, Donaldson. Donaldson, that's what it is. So it's Donaldson and Robinson. I don't know either of those teams, so I can't tell you which one is which at the moment.
Mark Robinson, who's from Pittsburgh, is throwing the Yellowstones.
Oh, right, okay, I recognize that
Non-cow
guy.
pants.
I recognize the Dallas-Fort Worth player with the cow pants and bow tie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are hard to miss.
Yes, he has a look.
Yeah, the Norwegian team from a few years ago at the Olympics
Started a trend, huh?
started a trend of the loudmouth pants, and now you see them a lot of different places. We've got a few Potomac players in the Spiel with the loudmouth pants. We've got the Dallas-Fort Worth with the cow print. I don't know if those are actually loudmouth brand, but they certainly make a statement out on the ice.
Absolutely. So back to the feature sheet here. Just a couple of Roxon playing at the top of the house, and I think we're going to add one more.
Yep, I think they were trying to get it around the guard. They got it a little bit around. Sweepers maybe not fully committed to dragging that back, or maybe the skip just didn't want it too deep.
But definitely sitting shot.
They were a sitting shot. It looked like they were just sort of.
Yeah, it is strange they didn't sweep that a little
harder. It looked like they were mostly cleaning.
Yeah.
Maybe they just had a bad read on the weight and thought it was deeper. That's still not a bad spot to be in. It's going to be tough for Stefanik to really get around that or do anything with it at the moment.
Looks like he's just going to hit it. I think if he hits and rolls over on top of the other, he's probably, or just knows.
I mean, that'll leave him shot and maybe second, depending on the way those all shake out at the top of the 12.
It's a fairly natural double here. Just got to throw enough weight at it. All right, they're waiting for it. They're begging it to curl. Now they are.
This might be enough to spill both of these.
Not quite.
Not bad. Splits them apart.
Yeah, it does.
Did move the yellow one to sort of under the cover there.
Yeah, it did, but
not entirely.
No,
it's not exposed enough that Stefanik immediately wants to guard it. He wants to keep going after redstones here.
Yeah, Stefanik Rink's going to play a little cleaner probably than most of the other games you're going to see in the Cherry Blossom. So they're going to hit a little bit more.
Kind of curl up the nose or close.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to figure he's got the confidence that he can outplay most teams.
Yeah.
With just a few rocks in play, so he's going to try to press that advantage whenever he can.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if they're obviously quite confident to make their takeouts, and So Temple is asking for some second opinion from her vice, what he would like to do here. What would you do here, Mike?
I think I would actually go after shot rock here.
I think I would too.
I think you can definitely see enough of it that you can take it out. And if you get a nice, just a little bit of a roll to the left side of the house there,
yeah,
be undercover, be sitting 1 and 2. The draw accomplishes a lot of the same ideas if you just draw around.
And you still have that hit potentially, you know, you need it. Lines, it's curling up on them. I think they're going to definitely on the front one.
Yeah, so they're going to wake that guard and roll over that way a bit.
Huh. It's an interesting little house we've got developing here. All on the top of the top 12.
Yeah, we're sort of alternating yellow, red in terms of who's counting. So probably not going to see a big end here. Both skips probably reasonably comfortable with that.
Yeah. Is he trying to hit the red on the middle or trying to hit his own onto the red?
I think he's
hitting the red.
He's hitting he's hitting the yellow on the right side here.
Oh, okay.
So I think he may have flashed.
I think we got a field goal.
Right up the center line, yep.
Yeah, he slid out. Okay, and then it looked like he pushed it back to the broom.
Yep, you hear the skip talking to the shooter there. Sounds like when he was going for a little extra weight on the hit, he
pushed it out.
Pushed it a little bit outside of the broom.
Yep. Very common mistake. Or I'm definitely guilty of it quite often myself.
Almost always guilty of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got your normal up. I got it. Whoops. Well, it's normal up.
It's normal up.
It's not gonna hit what you're aiming for. But,
but I got the weight. So Temple here is going to draw again. Don't think she's going to like this line, though.
No, they've got the other turn.
They're playing tap.
If they hold the line, the tap is going to be a really great result here for them.
Yeah, which might have been the shot they were calling with the ice.
You're going to get that to bite the forefoot. Mostly exposed, so
yeah.
Mike Stefanik is going to just go right after it.
Absolutely. If he gets a nice hit and roll here, it's going to really take control of the end.
Yep. And actually, you hear Mike's pointing out, this is the exact line that
you threw last time.
Yeah, that Charles just threw the stone down. So if he throws the same rock, they're all over it.
Can't field goal this one, I don't think. It's holding pretty steady on that center line. Looks like it's going to be a nice shot. Not quite as much roll as he wants, but nice result.
So now we're going to just go the other direction. Hit left, roll right. Now we're going to hit right, roll left.
Yep.
Back and forth we go up the center line. So we've got a first end score from sheet A. We see 3 yellow, and we see Schultz throwing the red stones at the moment. So that means Rick Balala out of Chesapeake and his team of Chesapeake and Plainfield Curlers is up 3-0 over Schultz and his team of Pittsburgh, Potomac, and random other places club.
Random other places. So they got the hit there, got a little too much roll. Probably rolled to second shot. Probably not going to be a factor.
Yep, only 1 stone with even a piece of the 8-foot circle at the moment.
Yeah.
We did have a brief race to the 4-foot, and that was canceled out by a couple of nice takeouts.
Yeah, so it looks like Michael's going to hit his own yellow stone onto, which will then pop the red behind it. And I think he wants to kind of have those both kind of fold over to the middle and kind of block the center.
And this is the shot I believe they had Charles throwing
Yes.
before, except he's throwing it with the other turn.
Looks like he's got the line, and exactly
Nice,
what he
just
wanted to do.
Kisses the yellow off the red.
Yep, and gets them both to cascade across.
Kisses the red over onto sheet C momentarily.
Yeah. And now he sits 3.
I think I made a shot like that last night playing the short game, but
A little easier to make those sometimes.
yeah, no, when you can be like 3 feet away,
Yeah.
line it up really short, it's
Is there some more midnight short house curling going on last night?
Absolutely.
there was, yes, we had an entire draw actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
8
out there.
teams. Someone drew up a bracket. We had A, B, C, and D events, and the whole thing took about an hour.
Wow. How many one-end games or
4 end games.
4 end games?
4 end, 4 rocks
Yeah,
and end.
okay.
2 players on a team, and we did, 3. Everyone got a 3-game guarantee. Very nice.
3-game guarantee. Nice.
You did a whole Bonspiel then in an hour.
Yeah, basically it was a whole Bonspiel in an hour, which is why we are scheduling a short house Bonspiel. I believe we've got it on the calendar for March.
Next year?
Yeah, for next season. Enough people at our club wanted to have one that we pitched it to the board, and they're going to have it. So.
There you go.
I heard the petition going around, verbal petition anyway.
TJ just asked on the web stream, is it an open Bonspiel? And I guess it is, obviously.
Yes,
there's
any 4 players can be a team from any clubs. It's not GNCC restricted or anything like that, as evidenced by our friends from Chicago and Dallas-Fort Worth and Wisconsin playing in this.
California.
California, yes. California is not on the East Coast.
no.
Nor would they ever claim to be. We do have a 32-team limit on the Cherry Blossom, though, and it's a hot ticket.
It fills up usually
fills up
the
pretty
first
quickly.
day.
Not the first day, but within the first week.
Yeah.
A lot of returning teams, and usually a lottery internally for the Potomac teams. We try to max that out at 6 Potomac teams so we can host a lot of out-of-town teams.
Temple needs to curl up. There she goes.
Got the hit, rolls over. Pretty nice.
Looks like it's a sitting shot.
Yep, definitely sitting shot. Michael's looking for the roll across. Of course, he does have to just be careful he doesn't jam and leave them sitting shot or second shot.
Try and get a hit and a roll. Yeah, I'm going to throw normal this time.
We've got a first-hand score on sheet C. The Higashikawa rink from Chicago has stolen a 2 in the first end over Jason Hotra from Dallas-Fort Worth. And we've got a first end on D, where we've got the team from, I can't see anything all the way over on D. Who is this throwing right now?
So the team from Dallas-Fort Worth looks like they took 3 with the hammer in the first end.
Dallas-Fort Worth is throwing red, and the scoreboard says 3 red in the first with the hammer. So,
and back on the feature sheet, Stefanik made a very nice, very pretty double takeout and got the roll across. So now sits 3. Temple's basically forced to draw against 3 for her single point.
So that is the Donaldson rink from Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm going to go ahead and just mark that they are throwing red, which means Robinson is throwing yellow. Over on A, we've got, who was it? It was Malala throwing the yellow and Schultz throwing the red. Here on B, so we've got Stefanik and Temple, and it's Stefanik throwing the yellow, Temple throwing the red.
They're on this right away. Oh, no, they're off.
Throwing the yellow and Higashikawa throwing the red.
We got to watch the line here. They're going to wreck. Oh, no. She's definitely, I don't think, going to sneak by that yellow.
Even if she catches a little bit, she might still be able to roll in enough to still get her 1.
Looks like probably.
I think that's what she did, right?
It's close though.
Yeah, she hit more of that than she wanted to, but the Vices agree pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't believe that was the call, but she was probably a little heavy anyway, so maybe it was a good fortune.
But they're putting a red rock in front of the hack, so that is indicating that it was 1 red. So after 2 ends, 1-1. Chuck Skinner holding up his red jacket to indicate that it was 1 red.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even get out. Can someone press the button again? Sorry, I was gonna climb.
Nope. You got that?
Thank you.
We have the appropriate house up when we switch to the overhead cameras. I'm sitting in the cheap folding chair that my belt keeps getting caught in the back of when I try to stand up.
Yeah, that's you should probably upgrade your chair, Mike.
Still chair from somewhere else.
I would, but these chairs that we got in the horror were like $200 a piece, and I can't afford one at the moment. Just it was a chair or go to a Bonspiel, and I thought, well, other Bonspiels have chairs at them.
That's true.
Start the curl to slow down. Yeah, that's pretty much slow.
So Stefanik opts to draw to the outside. Leave that one in the middle alone. That came a little deeper than they would have liked, but oh, Ferrer was right to it, did it?
Yeah, I think that's all right.
Yeah, no, it is.
They're both still up really high in the house. Neither one of those a free guard, though. I mean, if Mike Stefanik wanted to take them out, he could, but I think he's still doing just use them as center guards and just draw around.
Yeah.
Neither one is out counting his other stone, so
true.
They're not threatening him at the moment.
There seems to be some roughhousing going on in Sheet C.
Some roughhousing.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, there's smiles, so I think it's all
Just, I think a little hockey fight.
Yeah, it looked a bit like that, which is kind of not typical.
Well, they're both wearing jerseys, I guess, so they
we have
decided that they had to.
Jason Hotra in the Steve Yzerman jersey. We had someone in a Richard Chin in a Maple Leafs jersey has stepped out onto the ice. I believe they wanted to drop the gloves there.
Might be a backstory that we don't know about behind that. Might not be. I don't know.
It might just be a Detroit-Toronto thing.
It's entirely possible.
Neil Christensen in the chat asking, are these games A event? No, actually, these games all 4 are B event games. The next draw of the A events.
Not till tonight, I don't
how
think.
to unfold this program. Is going to be at 7:45 p.m. Yes, so we're down to the semifinals of the first event. And so those teams are not going to play again until tonight. So we've got B event games for you now. At 3 o'clock, we'll have some C event games. Then we'll be back to the B event at 5:30. Have some more C event games at 7:45 along with the A semifinals. We'll have some more B and C event games at 10:15 as we bring you curling after dark.
Just like back line to Hager.
Ultimately, with the finals of all 4 events tomorrow or Sunday afternoon at noon. Sunday is tomorrow, correct? It's Saturday.
That would be
Yes.
tomorrow. Yes.
When these things start on Thursday, you just start to lose track of what day.
Absolutely.
It's the end. It's a lot of curling.
Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of make a big difference starting on the Thursday versus not starting until Friday in the Bonspiel.
We're starting Wednesday.
Well, that was crazy at the Francis Dykes.
56 teams.
Yeah, 56. Almost a full March Madness bracket there.
I'm told that there were some teams that actually did fill one out in advance and try to have a pool with it. A lot of upsets, though, at the Francis Dykes.
Oh, yes, a lot.
Most of the teams that I would have considered were the favorites did not advance as deep as anyone thought they might.
Most of them lost the first game. What? I do not believe Sel is drunk. Looks quite sober.
I believe it's a glass of water in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, he does get pretty wild sometimes, but it's not one of those times right now.
No, AJ would know. He's on my Thursday night team.
Oh, is he?
So Red's sitting one here in the back of the house. At least one. There's maybe 2 with the one in the back.
I think it's just one. It's hard to say.
Pretty sure it's just one. I think that Yellowstone in the 8-foot is more in the 8-foot than the red one in the back.
Yeah. And I think Stefanik's trying to hit that center red stone just to replace it with a yellow.
And AJ, it's not so much that I forgot when Sunday is, so much that I forgot what day it is today.
A subtle distinction.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean,
not negligible.
I was pretty sure it was Saturday when I started talking, and then I was like, no, wait, it's still Friday. Sunday's not tomorrow. And then I finished the sentence, I was like, no, if it were Friday, I would be at my day job right now.
That is
and
correct.
I'm distinctly not.
Didn't you do
You
some
didn't take it-
commentating on Friday? Or was
I
that-
did Friday night commentary after my day job.
You didn't take the day off work?
I did not take the day off work. I don't take the day off work for Bonspiels I'm not participating in.
Well, that's fair.
Take enough days off work for Bonspiels I am participating in.
Absolutely.
I was impressed there was a full broadcast, though, on Friday. I may have happened to watch part of it while I was on the screen next to my main screen while at work.
Right.
Yeah. No, we do have a lot of volunteers that do take days off for Bonspiels and aren't participating in, as well as just enough people in that government work crew that get Fridays off or compressed work weeks and stuff
Yeah.
like that they can be here all day on a Friday to help run this event. So that is going to come up. I'm going to say come up light, but they may have actually been looking to just guard some of those yellow promotes.
This is another kind of strange end. So Michael's looking for, is he looking for the double or the hit and roll? Or probably just hit and roll, I guess, here.
We've got a second end score on sheet A. The Schultz rink scored a 2 in the second end, and so that game is 3-2. Rick Balala over, is it Mike Schultz?
Paul.
Paul Schultz. I just guessed. There's enough guys here named Mike. I thought I'd have a good
Yeah.
chance.
It's always a good guess.
It's definitely a good guess.
Paul Schultz, yes. Paul Schultz, Pete Morelowitz, Daphne Roberts, and Leonard Jarabek on that team. Rick Balala's team. I've said these names all enough times. I should know them by now, but I don't. Rick Bilala at skip, Linda Karubia, Kathy Jones, and Chuck Fetterman on the Chesapeake and Plainfield team. I like to just say everyone's name on every team in case there's.
You do a good job. But I think you maybe do a little studying before we get on.
Sometimes I do. We've had times where we ask the players in advance, like, how do you say your name?
Yeah, there's a few tricky ones.
Sometimes it's just about being confident that you know how to pronounce their name, whether you do or not.
Right.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Rather than stumbling through them.
Just go with it, and then if you're wrong, usually you'll be gently corrected.
So Temple's trying to guard their shot stone. Bumped that yellow. I don't actually think it probably improved it.
Yeah, I don't think it made any contact. If it did, it wasn't much.
It moved it about a foot.
Oh.
See, if you look back here on our instant replay, which, of course, the folks at home don't have.
Oh, okay, because it was right around the time of the cut. That's why I didn't actually see the yellow rock move.
Sorry, I was trying to get the house view in.
No, it was a great coverage there, but during the transition is when the rock was moving, and so it was stationary in both shots, just in a different place.
Excuses, Sal, excuses.
I saw it.
I think he flipped that out. Doesn't like it. Nobody likes it.
Oh, the red team probably likes it.
Yeah, the red team loves it. Yeah, you can see as soon as he let go of that,
wow,
he was
that
upset.
is a ton of weight, but just no line.
Yeah, no, not even close. So all of a sudden, Temple sitting 2, trying to decide. I guess she's debating between guarding her own and guarding a promote.
I think you got to guard your own here.
I think you do too, and now she's decided to do that.
You guard the promote. The hit and roll from the outside is still there on the reds. But if you guard those, then the promote is there, but the promote is only for 1 point. So
true. That's a very good point.
I think guarding the reds is key at the moment. Taking a lot of ice.
I thought so too. Especially since I feel like that's the same I said last time and finished at the center line.
Yeah, maybe she is guarding the promotes. Or maybe it's sort of plan A, plan B. If it doesn't curl, you leave it in the center. If it over curls, at least you got the red.
She's trying to guard a draw?
We think she's trying to kind of, close that port basically and guard her own a little. Looks like she's narrow from what she called for ice.
Definitely. It's curling quite a bit, though.
Yeah. They know she's over. Oh, up. It's pretty much where she wanted. So. So Stefanik is going to go after those on the outside there.
Attempting a triple?
I think double for sure.
Yeah, I think you're just looking to, my microphone keeps falling down over here. I guess you're probably just looking to get those top 2. You're out counting the third one.
Yeah.
So you can sort of peel the top 2 around the third one. Just have to avoid that jam so you don't leave one or both of them in. And he does
gets all 3.
Nice.
The third one spills out enough to be out counted. Yeah, that's going to be 3 yellow at the moment.
3 yellow. Wow.
I think each skip still has 1 more.
Yes, they do. So what was not looking like a very good end for Stefanik all of a sudden looks like a good end.
It turns out when you can take out 3 of the team stones
with one of yours,
it turns the end around of it.
It does.
That's a good thing to do.
Haven't done it a lot myself. I've only just watched other people do it, to me generally.
Yeah, I can't recall if I've ever made a triple. Doubles here and there, of course, but
yeah, don't get a lot of shots at triples.
Not usually.
So Jackie is going to try to draw in here, I think. Or is she hitting? Don't know.
This looks like
She's hitting.
maybe a hit and roll here.
Yeah. Looks pretty wide. It's doesn't want to seem to come back. Huh? That really just, even with that light weight, just did not want to come back for her at all.
I have no idea what happened here, though. Yeah, that's okay.
So Michael Stefanik, I believe, has the draw for 4. This is the last stone.
Yep, he just needs to get basically past the middle of the 12-foot ring to outcount the closest red stone.
And to AJ's comment, yeah, I don't think that does count. I was actually going to preface the triple conversation by saying called triple. Have you
Well,
make a
right,
called triple?
Yeah, not just
Not just
yeah,
wow, that I didn't see that.
Yeah, not just taking out 3 of the other team's stones, but on purpose.
His question was, if they're my own stones, does it count?
No, but someone did introduce the concept to me of the mixed double, where you take out 2 stones, 1 of each color.
Cute.
The mixed double. I think it looks pretty good.
Yep, that's going to work as long as that sticks around.
It does. So that's
that is going to stay.
4 yellow.
The other vice could have jumped on it and maybe taken a point away, but that's going to be 4 yellow. I'm always waiting for an opportunity to sweep in the back of the house, though. I would have been on that, but I'm just waiting to pounce on that once
There
across
you
the tee
go.
line.
Is it 4
for
just for that end? Okay, not total.
Right.
no, it'd be 5 total.
Okay. Just adjusting the score.
Yep, so we've got it on our board here. You can see it on the board in the background. Maybe you can't. The cameras are kind of low. Looking for the center guard. Going to have a good depth on this guard, but it's going to come off the center line a bit. Yeah. You want to see the other house, I know.
Thank you.
So demanding.
Have any score updates? I believe on sheet D, I think Mark Robinson from Pittsburgh took 1. They haven't hung it yet. I just saw the last stone now.
Oh, okay.
So that would put it 3-1 for the Dallas-Fort Worth rink. And is anything else hung? Can you see anything, Mike?
No, nothing else has been hung. C is in the 3rd, but I don't see a 2 on their board yet. They could be standing in front of it. Nope, they're not standing in front of it. There's no 2 on their board. And they're just finishing 3 on sheet A. It looks like they're putting the rocks away, and they're hanging 2 red. So that's a steal of 2 for Paul Schultz, and he now leads 4-3 over Rick Bilala. This looks like it has some pretty nice weight to draw around these guards. Not sure if it's going to pick up enough curl. Here it comes. It's coming under.
And Jackie's right there. She's like you. She's anxious to sweep them out the back.
Well, when you're only allowed to sweep 6 feet of ice, you really got to make the most of those 6 feet.
It's true. You don't have to pace yourself, do you? You can go all out.
Well, you don't have to worry about so much about like footwork and stuff too. 'Cause
True.
You can reach the whole sheet from where you're standing.
They're going to get by this. Oh, not quite. Very close, but. settles in. I don't think it's quite biting.
No, that's not a bad spot for a corner guard, and it did sort of open up the center for them. So not the called shot, but an improvement of the situation for Jackie Temple. Mike Stefanik wants to take over the house, though.
Came a little deep, but does stick around.
This is the back line.
Jackie's going to try to come down, follow that same path. Obviously, I'm sure try to be in front of the tee line.
Yep, she got cover on both sides of the center line, so she can try this with either handle and can even try it with both handles to split the house with her other stone.
Absolutely. Line looks pretty good. I think they're going to be a little light, though.
This is probably
No, it's good.
top
It's
house.
very good.
Could actually come down to the
Yeah.
tee line.
Kind of stopped rotating, though, or changed maybe.
Well played draw shot there.
Look at this go. They are really cutting across in that spot.
Doesn't appear to have moved that red corner guard at all.
No,
And exposed the red shot stone ever so slightly.
it did, absolutely.
Maybe as much as half, but
Yeah, I'd say it's probably half. I believe they are going to go after, or no, what are they doing here?
this looks like just another draw.
Yeah,
I would have drawn the other way, I think, trying to split the house, but maybe
Yeah.
they're just liking this consistent line. Maybe this is a guard.
maybe this, yeah,
Maybe the called shot wasn't a guard, but it's going to be one anyway.
might be a hog.
Yeah, if they get it across, it's going to be a guard.
That is not over the hog line. That just went sideways.
The last three in a row have gone, once they hit that center line, they're just going sideways across. So it's a kind of a tricky spot.
Oops.
So they're going to try to get to it. They're going to see how it moves with a little more weight.
That is
Almost
also going to crash.
did hold pretty good on that line with a little more weight.
And that is going to stick around. Oh. It is going to stick around in play, not in the house. Actually,
Oh.
from the overhead camera, I think it might be over the back line, but they did both
get a better
skips
view
looked at it,
Yeah,
so
they both looked, and
I trust them better than I trust me.
And I think our camera's not quite on the center, so.
true.
True, and the further you get away from the pin where the cameras
the
are mounted over,
accuracy
the
gets-
more you start to
yeah.
look under the stone, and so you can see the line, even though the stone is covering the line. So as you may have overheard her say, it's a tripping hazard. That's all that stone is accomplishing at the moment is potentially tripping up a skip in the back of the house.
Here it goes.
It's probably not a good thing.
Not the best thing. I mean, it is close enough that a stone could probably rest against it and be in the house, so it could do that. That ends up as a pretty nice guard,
Does.
using the bend in the ice there.
So Michael has elected to hit and roll in off of, he's going to hit his own. Probably slingshot the red through the back and roll over to the red shot zone is what he's calling. I don't think that's what he's going to get. Oh. Nope, that's exactly what he got. Get rid of that tripping hazard in the back. Didn't get the roll across on the shooter that he hoped for, but pretty good try.
Replaces the corner guard with his own.
Yeah.
Which is a help for later if he needs to something to raise into the house.
They are definitely not getting by this guard. They're going to raise it in. Luckily, it's not shot.
Yeah, they held to the inside edge of it, so they raised it outside.
It was close, though.
Yeah. Well, good call by Jackie to keep sweeping. A lot of skips would have tried to, thinking it would oversweep.
Try to overcurl it around the other side, maybe.
Yeah, or try to let it slow down so it doesn't push it as far. But she definitely made the right call there.
Yeah, even if they could have held it even more inside to rub and roll in, but that's still a pretty good result.
Yeah,
it sort of puts the corner guard back. The other one in the house that they can use to roll in off of or freeze down onto. It's not counting at the moment, so it's just another stone they can use as they run through the end.
And their red stone's pretty buried. It doesn't seem like Stefanik has any desire to come after it. So.
Yeah, I mean, he could run something back onto it, but when it's just more reds you're running back, you just run the risk of giving them more points.
It's going to bend across here on the same line. There it goes. And I think he's short anyway.
So we seem to have come up with just a sudden hard bend in the ice here in this one spot, and both skips now having trouble trying to draw around it.
Yeah, Michael thinks he bumped that rock. I don't think he moved it, though. Let's look at the replay.
Doesn't look like it.
It's quite the little doopsie-doo around it, but. So they're going to try to play the other turn here, obviously, probably just as much to stay off of that tricky spot. Although it came across the other way last time, too. Line looks good. I think she might be a little heavy. No? They're by.
Yes.
All right. Not as buried as she would have liked, but does get shot. And sits to, Stefanik's going to try to take this out.
We've got a third-end score on sheet C. The red team from Chicago, Mike Higashikawa, Kristen Higashikawa, Kevin Young, and Aaron Horowitz scored a 1 in the third. They are now leading 3 to, I believe, 3 to 1 over Jason Hotra from the Dallas-Fort Worth Curling Club.
Oh, we got a flash. So a field goal, and Temple has to draw for 3. Chuck didn't like that one.
No, the whole Stefanik Skinner team having a
Not happy campers right now.
no. I'd say they're having a powwow, but none of them are looking at each other or anything.
No,
like
they're
that.
just kind of all mad. I don't think they're used to missing that many shots in an end. It was, you know. I think maybe that spot in the ice got in their head a little bit, but I'm sure they'll regroup.
Still plenty of this game left to go.
And they're still up, even if she makes
Even
this.
with the 3, right?
Oh, shoot. And she fell in her release. Did a nice job of trying to recover.
Yeah, she held the line pretty well. She may have just ended up overthrowing this on the fall, but no, it's coming in
I think
nicely.
she's got it. Not too bad off of her knees.
Big thinking.
Yeah. Nice, very nice shot.
Wow.
Yeah, right to, just past back 4, just over the T line. And, that'll be 3.
So that's 3 for Temple.
3 for Temple.
Listening in a little bit there, the banter between the two skips.
Yeah.
Jackie mentioning she just switched from the stabilizer to the broom as her balance device. And so a little bit of adjustment still being made.
I guess this is about the time of the game where they forget that they're mic'd and we can do everything they're saying.
Yeah.
Or not. I mean, they're just having a nice,
Yeah.
friendly conversation. So
Nah, they're fine.
the spirit of curling is strong.
Yeah, I would agree.
No hockey-style fights like went on in the Chiefs.
Yeah, that was a little uncharacteristic.
There were big smiles on their faces.
It looked like an enjoyable fight.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, I mentioned, I like to sweep in the back of the house. I'm also, not above cross-checking another vise if I have to. Like,
There you go.
I've got a broom, and I will use it for whatever I need to do with it.
Sometimes you just got to move. Oh, could I trouble you to switch
Oh,
the
yeah.
house cam
the
once
thing
again?
with the thing, you get it this time.
See, I have to climb on a chair, whereas you can just reach it. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I get it.
There's some perks to being tall.
Yeah. It'd be nice to switch automatically.
Got a little cowbell going on here.
Yes, I don't know if that's for a particularly good shot or
believe
just
that
because
was
of a team
for
being
Dallas
dressed as
Fort
cows,
Worth.
basically. Yes. Like,
Looks like we might have some family in attendance here. Grandma is all about the cowbell right now. They're having a good time.
yes. 2 teams from Dallas Fort Worth, I believe, playing on streets next to each other. So
It's nice that they have support curve.
the Texas crowd
Yep.
is forming.
The lead here from Pittsburgh looks like a Potomac player. He's got a bit of a, magic carpet ride slide? Is that what Mr. Brian Breen calls it?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I think that's what he refers to it as when he tucks his back foot under.
I guess even if you tuck it under, as long as your toe is the only thing making contact.
Yeah.
I guess you can still slide if you can aim.
Wow, there is a plethora of rocks in play on sheet A.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows.
And just spaced out all throughout the entire sheet.
Yes, 1 yellow in the rack. So 1 yellow has been either removed from play or thrown through or something.
Someone going for an 8-ender?
No, because at the moment it's 1 red.
Buried
Yellow
in the
is
middle.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Red is 5th, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a possibility of a big end if yellow
I think
can
this is the
take
last
out the
rock.
red, but red's throwing, so.
See it a bit on the camera angle we have now with the
Yeah, this is our.
thrower.
I think Schultz is just happy to guard. Obviously, if they somehow can get rid of that 1 yellow or 1 red, he could give up big end.
Yeah, Rick Bilalo's going to have the hammer over there.
Yeah, he's.
But not much of a way to try to get that red out of there. He's looking at lining up some guards, but.
Yeah, he's going to have to move 2 or 3 rocks at perfect angles. But can't hurt himself by taking a shot at it, I don't
No,
think.
he can't. It's pretty much only yellows he's going to be running in.
Yep.
And he's already down a point the way the rocks are sitting now, so he can't, make it any worse.
Yeah, I think exactly.
Be a little bit of pinball over there.
Yeah.
And it looks like he could get as much as a 5 if he makes it.
So now he's looking at hitting theirs, which is, oh.
Anyway, here at the game you are looking at.
Right. Stefanik's got set up on the right-hand ice, and Jackie's going to attempt to take care of the middle. I think she's going to try to draw around the center line guard.
Yep, drawing around would be good.
Tap back, maybe.
Yeah, pro side miss here would be a little bit of a raise.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no raise because this is actually curled across the guard.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That really cut across.
Curled halfway across the sheet.
Yeah.
We do that too. Okay. Normal. Yep. Hard. It sucks.
Well, that's not what they wanted to do. So that one over curled on him, got away, and he jammed. Took out his own.
Now, they did get the red out as well, though.
They
So, I
did.
mean, they're not shot anymore, but red is only 1 when it could have been 2.
Yeah. Oh, get up. All right, so Jackie's going to try to draw around all those guards, but looks like this is going to overcurl too. I didn't hear an eruption, so I'm assuming Rick wasn't able to get out the that one red on sheet A.
Oh, I imagine not. I didn't hear. There's a lot of people sitting and watching that sheet.
Yeah, I think we would have heard some noise.
Yeah, and red isn't hack throwing, so that was one red on sheet A, and so
5-3.
yes, that'll be 5-3 in favor of Paul Schultz.
Wait only. Yep, you can go ahead now. Yep, come on. Yeah, gotta go. 14-8.
Oh, they're working hard on this one.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and they got a nice little finish. Not quite shot, but Jackie's going to try to hit this, I think, with maybe control or hack weight. It's got to work a long ways across. There it goes.
No, just didn't have enough. Yeah, I didn't.
Well, I don't think that's what she was looking for.
Darn it.
Darn it, indeed.
Still mild language there.
Yeah.
Maybe she does remember she's still
We
mic'd.
go there, they get here, we just guard ourselves. I'd rather
Either
go
remembers that she's still mic'd, or is just thoroughly polite all the
I
time.
think there might be a little bit of that as well.
It is curling, after all.
It's true.
Yeah, you're
And
still
she's from South Carolina, so she's a
okay.
you know, proper Southern girl sometimes. Pretty sure she's from. I know she went to school there. I'm pretty sure she's born and raised in South Carolina.
Yep, I think so. Yeah. Whoa, leave it high, whoa.
All right, so Stefanik gets up there with a guard. Not sure if he called the guard, but seemed to be happy to leave it out front.
Likely to crash
Yeah,
on our
you
center
know,
line.
one on Betty Rock.
Yeah, right. Well, that much? After all? Yeah, it does.
Long discussion here.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what to do. It's kind of a strangely developing end. I mean, Stefanik with the hammer is going to have to struggle to try to figure out a way to get more than one as well, I think.
So what are they trying to do here?
Raise our red into that yellow?
I guess raise our red into that yellow. We just heard her say it.
There's the answer.
No, the one on your side
That's
of center
tricky.
line. The one
Guards.
next to Neil. Yeah, the one that's touching the center line.
The one that's
Oh, no,
touching
no,
the center
not one
line.
touching- I'm sorry. The one raised. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. Blah. Scrambled brains for breakfast.
Scrambled brains for breakfast.
That is a new one.
Just kind of guarded ourselves.
I thought it was French toast or something.
Scrambled brains for breakfast. All right. Still not entirely sure what they're doing, even though she explained it.
They're hitting one of the red ones into one of the yellow ones.
Okay, so they're trying to, the ones that are lined up there. Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to try to shoot through the gap. Okay. See how this one moves across with a little bit more weight. Starting to come. I think they need to get on that.
Still not sure which one they're going to hit.
Looks pretty good. Ah,
Nose.
over curl just a Oh, but look at that.
Oh, wow.
They leaked one in.
That worked out.
That worked out well.
So red is definitely shot.
And very buried. I mean, Stefanik can see maybe a third of that Yellowstone that they're going to try to hit.
No, I think it's normal. Yeah. I mean, we can catch a quarter.
Yeah, that really worked out. Whew, heavens to Murgatroyd.
Just throw it down the ribbon.
So they're trying to tap
Yeah,
their yellow in now?
No, he's going to try to throw
just normal.
Throw it down the ribbon, he said, so it means the center line. He's going to throw probably normal takeout weight. It's going to be pretty hard, and Michael's takeout weight's a little more than most. And just try to pick that yellow, push it onto the red, and hopefully spill over to the other red on the outside as well.
Whoa!
And he's got it. Very nice shot.
Thank you.
Nice.
The only thing he would have liked to have caught on the red one on the outside.
You had to catch the rock
But,
that went on the sheet.
Still, very, very good result.
Thank you.
Wow, yeah. I get the replay again there, so.
Yeah, I was looking over to see that.
Yeah, just a little bit thicker.
Why were you saying
Oh, because I wanted it to curl. We get a little thicker.
I want to make sure you're live.
Yeah, thinner. It went under. Just a little thicker. We have now. I know.
It looks like they're
Well, we
trying
got the one up
to
there. That's second count.
draw down now.
Yeah, I think that is what they're looking to do. Missed some action, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'm not feeling
Oh, well.
I'm sort of guessing on the ice on this one.
Go. There's more. All right, so she's going for the draw here. The draw. She does have the yellow backing to come down to. She says light. So they're going to sweep it the whole way.
There we do. We got one more. It's 13-7. Should be top 8.
And is
think
she
it's
going to
gonna
get
make
there?
it.
No. Good try. Unfortunate she did have the yellow there, but
That's either hit.
at least narrows the scoring zone a little bit for Stefanik. He's got to make a draw here or a hit and roll.
Can play this.
Doesn't seem to want to play that draw down the middle, that's for sure. He's trying to figure out a way to throw something else.
No, I don't like that draw. We just got to get 8 foot.
Trying to do some sort of promote, maybe?
He was looking at that.
Full 8 foot.
So he's now elected to go with the draw.
Does seem like the simplest shot.
It does, but I think the ice has been a little funky in a few spots.
They have to cross,
yeah.
cross the center line in that spot that
Yeah.
has been curling a lot.
Michael throws a really nice takeout, so he's if there's a nice hit there, I think he's probably just more comfortable to throw that right now. But yeah, I think the draw is really the shot.
Yeah,
So he's
especially
elected
with
to go
the
with
movement
it.
in the ice. If he can throw a ton of weight, he can probably neutralize some of that swing in the ice.
Yeah. He's got one, shooting for a second. I think they got to be all over that. I think it's going to bend. He's waving at them, which I think means it's done.
Yeah,
It's
he
gonna
doesn't.
crash.
He's going to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he didn't want to draw. He knew it was going to be tough to get through that
Right.
that spot. So, yeah,
One yellow.
one yellow.
Sorry.
And of course, our polite Skip apologized.
Do you think she maybe has some Canadian in her?
I don't know. She's we would probably claim her. So yeah.
I was having inklings before, but then when she said sorry, despite having done nothing wrong whatsoever.
Right. Exactly. I'm sorry you missed.
Sorry, you scored only one.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. I might be winning. Well, she's not winning yet.
She's not winning, but
that's what she needed, the big force there.
Yeah,
to
I
come
mean,
back and get another big end like she had last time.
You know, I was kind of familiar with both these teams coming into this game. If you had told me it was going to be this close after 5 ends, I wouldn't have believed you. You know, Jackie's a good curler, but she's got 3, I think, fairly new curlers from the Arena Club in Pittsburgh. I don't know any of them from Bonspiel, so.
And then Mike Stefanik's hogs the first guard.
Yeah.
Do you think that was on purpose?
Wasn't on purpose.
I think it was maybe sort of an intentional hog. Like they wanted to see just how fast the ice is. So
right.
maybe they throw it really soft, see where it goes, see how much it curls.
Yeah.
It's not going to end up where they want it, so they just let it die.
Yeah.
Sort of a ranging shot.
This looks short too.
Or maybe the ice is just blown out.
I think he just didn't give it enough on that.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to be able to help them get that there.
No.
It's
a little too late.
Yeah, so 2 hogs in a row. So we reset and
We're gonna
play
a 7
14.
rock end.
7 rock end exactly for each team.
So we've got a update on C. Maybe I gave you this before, but either way, there was 2 for Mike Higashikawa in the 4th, and so he now leads 5-1 over Jason Hotra from Dallas-Fort Worth. I believe we've covered all the other 4th ends. Over on Sheet D, they're a bit behind because of the previous draw.
Oh.
They're finishing their 4th now-ish.
I think that was, no, is there one more? No, they're pushing rocks. So looks like I think Dallas-Fort Worth took some more.
Can I show you guys one more time to switch our house cams?
I will switch the house cam.
It's disappointing when I click on the house cam and there's nothing in it.
Just doing it, has the ice been slow the whole match? I think it has been slower than we've seen in other draws in the tournament. But this match in particular has been, we're starting, it seemed maybe in the 3rd end or so, right around the center line, around the hog line, it really started
to bend.
Rock starting to dig down and swing very hard.
Yeah, so we'll see if we see that again here in the 5th. It really dictated the way the 3rd end went. So far, looks like it's going to be clean. We're just some hits.
Yeah, Mike Stefanik very content to just not give up the big end at this point.
Yeah. Yep, he's they're struggling, so he's going to just try to grind it out.
And Jackie, I imagine, is looking to try to get at least her 2 here, but doesn't need something big like a 3 or a 4, and so is willing to probably just let this play out. And if Mike misses a shot, then to just capitalize on that and get her 2 that way.
Can't tell whether or not that's biting.
Oh yeah, it's definitely biting.
It definitely is, yeah, from here.
Kind of spun back in.
House cam can be deceiving.
True, you never know.
Mr. Stefanik talking about us, perhaps. Let's listen in.
Order 2. Order 2.
I think he's ordering a drink.
Oh, he's actually just sending a teammate to the bar. Okay.
Order 2. So
he was looking in the window at us.
I think he was looking for somebody to flag for a drink.
Yeah.
And,
Maybe
then,
he wanted us to get him a drink.
And then he just decided, and I believe Candace is his wife, I believe he just asked her to go get him a drink. She's also the lead.
Well, I mean, the lead has to go get them.
Right.
That's how it works, I think.
Yeah, so we got 1 sweeper on the shot as a result.
Priorities. I suppose he did know that we were listening. So
I'm sure he's not too worried about it.
I mean, that we could have got him drinks.
Oh, that's
we had
true.
Been listening closer.
That would be interesting to do, to just put an order in through the wireless microphone.
Yeah, right. have a signal, you know.
Well, no, just say it into the microphone, like, I would like a draw over here, and if I could get a scotch and soda, please. Have it be waiting for me at the other end.
And that's the miss that Jackie, one of the misses you were saying that Jackie needs, so now
Yep,
she has the ability to split the house.
Yep. Candace is back.
Without drinks.
I don't see any.
Maybe she just placed the order with somebody in the war room.
That could be. Maybe
so that
they're,
she could get back out
maybe
there.
they're getting delivery, yeah.
Anyway, it's service here at Potomac. Although I don't know you can expect a drink delivery to the ice regularly.
No, not regular, but maybe at a Bonspiel.
Yeah, not regularly, but I'm pretty sure we have enough people who are willing to chip in with just that sort of service.
All right, so they're going to hope this sticks around. Looks like
Got
no,
a chance.
It's not going to. It's going to be okay. I mean, obviously way deeper than they wanted it, but
It's biting.
wow, it's actually close to. They're going to look at it and just.
It's definitely in the house, but not enough that Mike Savannah cares about it.
It's a hit and roll.
Hit and roll, yeah. Oh, I think they're going to miss.
Yeah.
So
Slight nudge, but not enough.
I think Mike's in a bit of disbelief right now about how many hits they're missing. It's just not something they usually do.
This is their first game of the day?
It is. It is.
So can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stefanik playing at 12:45. What would their previous game have been? Yeah, I guess if their first game was 12:45, that they wouldn't have had one this morning.
No, they definitely played yesterday.
Yeah, they played Thursday night, Friday night.
Yeah, so 6:30 last night was their last game.
It's a leisurely pace.
Well, a lot of Bonspiels, I'm noticing that is the pattern generally. One game Thursday, one game Friday, and then something gross like 4 or 5 on Saturday.
Right. The way they're actually dropping teams in, the paths aren't as crazy in this Cherry Blossom as some of the Bonspiels you see. I don't think anybody has maxes would be 5 or 6 games probably.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
6, I'm sure.
It looks like the most anyone plays on Saturday is 3 games.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot
And they're
still.
It's a lot still.
It's a lot, but it's your first is at 10 or 12 in the morning. Then you've got one at 5:30, and then there's the
10:15.
crazy late draw, 10:15 p.m.
Yeah, I guess it's just rough if you have early draw the next day. I guess
The teams that play at 10:15 can't play at 9.
Yeah, the C event
the
teams
winners
can.
will play at noon, and then the losers play at noon.
But since I'm in the C event, I do know that if I win and then play at 10:15 tonight, I will then have the luxury of playing at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning.
That's
I mean,
true.
there's a
The
lot of
C
winning
event teams there are,
that has
yeah.
to happen, which is probably not likely, but one can always dream.
Just got to work on your 9 a.m. play.
That's right.
As far as I can recall, in Bonspiels, I have a record of being undefeated in games that I would rather not be playing in. Meaning games at, like 9 a.m. or earlier.
Right. Yep.
7, 7:30, 8, those sorts of times.
Ugh.
Those are.
when did the draw start this morning? Was it 8?
This morning it was,
It was 8, 'cause it was
yesterday was
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And yesterday we did not have a late draw either. The latest draw.
No,
was,
last draw was 8:45.
Yeah.
Or
I
yeah.
heard. I guess that's why apparently there was some short house curling going on last
Yes.
night. So it wasn't quite midnight curling, or maybe it was.
It was probably
It
getting
was
there.
it's around midnight we started.
I heard at the Childs it was much later than that. That kicked in.
Yeah, the Childs, after some delays in games, had a draw that started at almost midnight, I think.
Really? Wow.
That's rough.
That is rough.
No, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it started at maybe at about 11. It was supposed to be like a 9:30 draw that just got pushed back and ended up being like an 11 o'clock draw.
Every game before that on that sheet went to extra ends or something.
I think it was Friday night in the Cherry Blossom a couple years ago. We didn't get off until 11:15, and our skip was quite slow. I think we came off the ice at somewhere around 1:30 in the morning. It was late. It was pretty much last call as we came off the ice. So
that's where the bar staffing goes till 2 a.m.
Right. So Temple's trying to figure out how she's going to get 2 here. She's calling a draw?
Just hit and roll over. I know we'll be sitting out for a hit, but if we keep the middle clear, that would be great.
What were you saying?
Gonna hit and roll. Hit the yellow one and roll over to Eric's side.
Neil's last one, 4.
I need about a 3-3 heavy draw.
Hey, you know you guys can take other rocks off the sheet. Every time we look over there,
I don't big roll. Okay.
All right.
you guys over here playing a non-takeout game or something?
Stefanik
Takeout's the last rock.
giving some grief to the sheet beside him for too many rocks in play.
They do have a lot of rocks in play.
Yeah, I guess they had another one with about.
Yeah, I just caught them
14.
putting them away, and it took them a while to put the rocks away. They had a lot.
All right, so you heard Jackie say this is what she's calling. She called it a hit and roll, but then she really just said she's throwing a heavy draw to try to bump that yellow. I think she's by it. They might be looking for
she's gonna bump the
chip
red,
of the
I
guard.
think.
No,
No touch there.
Okay. You know, this might not be. Well,
Doesn't
it's
seem like
second.
What she intended to
So
do.
that's
No,
yeah,
it's not.
that's
It's- she
what
wanted to hit the other
intended
side of
to
it.
do, But she did, in fact, hit that stone and roll.
Correct.
She takes a little interpretation.
Yeah. The details are, if you forget the rest of the details, yes, that's right.
Suggestion in the chat window that hit and roll should be a drink.
I did like that. That might be confusing, though. So I'm assuming.
Maybe that's what Mike was ordering.
Maybe.
Maybe he just wanted a couple hits and rolls.
You have some sort of code like that.
I don't think the drinks have. Oh, maybe they did arrive. I'm not sure. But so I'm assuming he's just throwing the guard here, trying to protect that one yellow in the middle. Could be drawn in too. I'm not sure. All right. Well, that answers my question. It's a guard. And he puts it exactly where he wanted to put it.
Nice guard.
Yep, very nice guard. So Jackie has really no choice but to go for it.
Your Bloody Mary's up here.
Oh, it was Bloody Marys they were ordering, so in case anyone was curious, or the drinks.
Yeah, it's still early in the day, right? Bloody Mary
Absolutely.
appropriate.
There's vegetables in that. It's healthy.
That's right.
It's like having a little vodka with your salad.
Getting a little bit of effect from Michael Stefanik. He must know that we're listening in on him.
I mean, I imagine just the Bloody Mary is basically the cocktail equivalent of having like a V8. I mean,
Right. All right, so I think we're changing the shot for Team Temple. They've decided to go back to a heavy draw. I'm not sure what the original shot was. Maybe control weight.
She's a 6 furlong.
She just has to have enough steam to push this outside the 8-foot, though.
yeah, it needs to get pretty much all the way to the 12.
Yeah, I mean, she can see
But
what?
she can get a 2
a
there.
slight sliver of it.
At 8 a.m. we would have been here, so we would have had to go home and take
You hear her saying that she thinks it's light.
Light's not good. Yeah, definitely
Now
not
she says
by.
it's on the guard. On the guard is not good.
On the guard is really not good because she could push him in for an extra point. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. Ah, that's an unfortunate result. Never fun to push somebody in for an extra point.
That's 2 yellow.
That's 2 yellow.
Fifth end scores. Rick Bilala scored 1 in the 5th on A, so he is behind 5-4 to Paul Schultz. The yellow team on sheet C, which is, finding my note there, the yellow team is Jason Hotra. They got a 2 in the 5th, so they are down. Someone just took in front of it again, but I think it's 5-3. Yes, 5-3 to
Chicago.
Mike Higashikawa from Chicago. And they are still playing the 5th on sheet D, but that is currently 7-1 in favor of Dallas-Fort Worth.
And only Red Rocks in play.
Yes.
So looks like Mark's probably playing for 1.
I got a percentage. I made 2.
Oh. Don't.
Line tight. Yeah, yep, yes. Yep. Gonna lock right on this one.
Where are we at here? I was tending to some personal business on my telephone.
So first couple rocks are guards. Just now we saw a pretty nice draw right to the top of the 4-foot there under the center line guard.
Okay.
So now we move to Chuck Skinner's first stone.
Yep. Whoa.
Nice shot.
Let's knock the red down to the T line. Backwards
Okay.
there.
So,
It
yeah.
did. It was a good call to just try to move from out under the center guard. Unfortunately, it didn't really move it enough, and it's now under the other guards.
Do you want to hit it? Do you want to hit it? You want, well, I don't want to risk dumping ours.
All right, so she was calling for a guard there, but then I think her team, I think correctly said, I think we need more than a guard because we need a big end. So
yeah, and she's asking about the hit. She's right to be a little bit concerned about the jam.
yeah, maybe like back line, just kind of push it and maybe keep it in play. Goes with, looks like just control weight hit. Gonna over curl. All right, well.
Opens it up for them to play
It
the other
does.
turn at that Yellowstone now.
Did push one of the reds in as well, and again, as I said, they kind of down, what, 4 here in the 7th? Or 5. 4. That's my eyesight's going.
Yeah, it's 4 to 8.
Yeah. Looks like a really nice shot.
Nice shot.
Great shot. Just enough weight to push it through the back.
Oh, yeah. If it's the right weight and it starts to lose handle, it just goes absolutely crazy.
So Jackie's going to try to do the same thing that Stefanik Rink just did. And Neil, we would agree with you. Red, they need those rocks in the house. You are correct. If they have a chance to get a bigger end here. I don't think trying to come home and steal 2 or 3 is going to be an easy task. Good shot.
Yeah.
No, I saw last night a team was able to steal 2 in the 8th to force the tie in the extra.
Wow.
But they did not accomplish the same feat this morning when they had to do the same thing again. So
Okay. So they and did they win in the extra too?
they did. They stole
Yeah.
the one in the extra as well, and it came down to a measurement. And the vices measured, and they didn't like indicate which rock was closer. So
Oh, really?
they were all shaking hands over the 2 stones, and no one in the warm room knew which one they knew.
They knew. But yeah.
Hard on the roll. Take it over. Take it over.
Don't think that's what they wanted there. So now Jackie is trying to
She's sitting 1, but there's not much other than some precarious maybe angle raise to take that yellow out.
right.
I guess they might risk hitting on the shot stone as well if they did that.
They
Right.
absolutely would risk hitting the shot stone.
Here's the overhead view.
Yeah, so you can take that one that's in the top and sort of hit it across the yellow and knock the yellow back, but you really, really run the risk of just running the yellow straight into the other red.
Yeah, so I don't.
This might just be a draw. It's
Yeah,
kind of a lot
draw.
of ice, but the way the ice is curling.
Maybe draw or just trying to push their red.
Yeah, maybe it's sort of the soft raise.
Yeah.
To just run the red across the yellow to try to sit 2.
Yeah, she's right. I think it's light though. It maybe just a little frosty outside.
They're going to get it to the rings, but not much more than that.
No.
Somehow get rid of that Yellowstone.
So Michael is
We're just trying to jiggle it out.
jiggle it out.
He's trying to jiggle it out is what he's doing.
Very technical curling term there.
I don't quite see this shot, but I see a lot of problems.
mean, the reds are frozen, so there might be a bit of a throw.
Called hack. He didn't throw hack, I don't think.
Nope, he flashed
Oh, he
away.
did throw hack. Wow, just didn't come back.
So with the two reds, I think, touching each other there, you can get a little bit of a drag. You might be able to hit the outside red so that the inside red hits the yellow, and it hits it up high like nose or close to nose and goes
Pushes
straight
it
back.
in for shot.
Well, I'm thinking,
Oh,
if you're red,
yes.
you want to push it straight back.
Yes.
If you're yellow, you could do the same shot and hit it soft, so it'd push it to the button. So either
Right.
way.
Yeah, I mean, I like hitting that outside red one now, too, the double. Jackie doesn't seem to, she's not looking at it anyway. I don't know if she just doesn't like it, doesn't see it. Or maybe she's saving it for her, but I don't think it's going to be there.
Yeah, it's a tough spot because she needs to try to get more in the house. The best way to do that might be peeling some of those high yellows, but then you leave your own rocks exposed as well.
So definitely trying to dry in it. Looks like they got pretty good line here.
Yeah, they got plenty of room around the yellows.
They got to
Maybe they want to come off of it.
Yeah, they're tapping that red back, it looks like now, which is fine. So get in for second, not quite.
No.
Same shot you just threw.
Michael's in a hurry, so he's already down here. And he's going to try the shot again. I think he correctly realizes that the only chance that Jackie could get a big end if she could make that shot.
And so is he just guarding this, or do you
No,
think he's just trying to make the shot?
He's trying to
before
make
she
the
does?
shot the soft way instead of the blow it up way.
Ooh, he's come across the reds a bit.
Yeah.
Tapped it, just not quite enough.
Yeah, well,
it's a lot harder shot
it
now than
didn't
it
get
was.
him one,
Yeah.
but he doesn't need it.
Right.
And it didn't make it any easier for his yellow to come out.
Yeah, I mean, it was really all Jackie would have had. If she had hit that, there was a good chance the angles were lined up. They would have popped the yellow out the back, and
yeah.
he would have been in trouble.
Yeah, it was a very tough shot, but once the reds were frozen together, it sort of limits which ways they can go, and it was lined up, I think, to hit that yellow on
I think it was, too. It's a shame that Jackie didn't see that and go for it earlier, but... Neil says the raise is still there.
Yeah, he's been talking about the corner guard around the right-hand side there.
This one over here.
Yeah, no one can see what you're pointing.
I know.
Sorry.
Where's my telestrator?
There is actually a function on here. I don't know if it works.
Yeah, we installed it. I don't know how to use it. You can turn it on, and then like the crayons pop up on the screen, and you can sort of draw somewhere, I think.
But yeah,
I don't know how to actually use it.
Maybe
yeah.
use it on here. I have no idea. Doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, it's.
Maybe I have to. All right, as they're discussing, we're experimenting a bit here.
Let's listen in here while they are.
Right. What if we come down to this? And if we hit this, we push it closer. If we hit this, we push it back. We run the risk of...
Well, you run the risk of the weight that you're going to have to throw to hit that. If you miss that one and hit this one, that one's going out, that one's stopping there, and now that one's shot.
Got a bit of an accent out down there, don't we?
Right, we needed a way to get two. Yeah, let's.
I mean,
let's
does the
do
yellow
this
onto
one.
the red onto the yellow? Will that get them two?
I think it'll jam. I think they've lost the angle on that.
What do you like for my shots?
So we're not. Are we on skip stones?
What do you
We
think
are.
I think we might still be on
Yeah,
the
we are.
second
Yeah,
place
yeah.
stone.
No,
I
it's
know.
It's first skip stone.
Michael
There's-
threw
there's
already.
There's a run there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah, it's one red skip stone is thrown as yellow.
So I see now what Neil
All right.
is referring
Let's
to.
raise this in.
He's talking about using the red guard, corner guard, I guess
Yes,
we'll
we
call
are.
it, hitting it,
Yeah, there's nothing behind it. You
angling it across onto the yellow
could, oh, even.
to pop it for 5.
Oh, I thought even he was talking about just running it straight back to get.
Well, that
2,
maybe
but-
he did.
Angle reason. If the takeout's there, he'll call it.
She's right. All right, so I still don't even know what they decided exactly
I
to
don't know
do.
if it's gonna. I don't know. We'll see.
I think she's trying to raise this, just straight raise back.
Yeah, no, it's a good call.
Yeah.
It's not the most difficult of raises. It's kind of a long raise, but you have a lot of different places you can move the stone to. It just needs to really touch the red to get the second
Narrow.
point.
She said it as soon as she let go. So what's her plan B here? There isn't one.
It's dumping over really hard.
It is, yeah.
This is going to do something else entirely that wasn't even in the playbook.
So that's tough.
Oh, and it just lands right between the two reds.
Yeah, it leaks in, and yeah. Not that there was going to be any reasonable shot at popping that yellow out, but now that's pretty much gone.
So now is the hit on that shot stone open. Yep.
Oh, it is now. Oh, man. Ooh, we've got a big number over on sheet A. The 6th end was a 4 for Paul Schultz.
So they're what, 9 to
9
can't
to
tell.
4?
4 or 5.
9 to 4, yes. Paul Schultz over Rick Bilala.
So they're looking at a lot of different options down there.
I don't know if she can hit enough of this. She can't come this way.
And it looks like someone may have thrown the wrong call.
She can come this way.
I
It's
see them
tough, but
switching
yeah,
to
you're
red
right.
rock
Try to get it all the way over.
Skinny it, maybe bump this.
Could have been
but
maybe
she's
Can we
a
go
guard
here?
violation.
Yeah.
But
That's
All right, so let's play edge here. It should curl a little bit.
just got to get past that red
Yeah.
stone.
So they're electing to
know, I'm just looking
hit
to
and
see.
roll, I think, off of that
Don't
one.
be afraid if it nicks here. Yep.
It's
I think we
basically
just throw
full
normal.
8. They were looking at some of the stuff in the middle, and I think he smartly said, I don't want to knock one of mine out by accident.
yeah,
so.
I mean, it's all there to try to come up through the middle and
Right.
take out the shot stone.
But let her make that shot, not you. So
But right, if he were to accidentally be a little wide and hit his
Yeah.
own yellow, he suddenly makes the shot for the other skip.
Right.
And leaves her a draw for 4 or 5.
yeah. So instead, if he gets his hit and roll, he may even get shot out of it. Ooh, got more cowbell. He's moving on him. Is he by? Oh. Wow. Not cool. I don't think you can be too upset with that result.
That's inches away from being shot.
Yeah, I mean, they're not happy, but I mean, I was a heck of a shot. I mean, couldn't have been any tighter to that guard.
Definitely took away
Wow.
really any chance at more than 1 here for red.
Yep.
I mean, can she get down to that rock that I just threw? I'm looking at the guard situation. No. Yeah.
It's totally buried.
Everything is buried. There's just guards everywhere.
Well, what I'm thinking is if we came down and hit right here. Yeah.
That seems risky trying to hit that yellow.
Well, do we
It's
risk
just
damaging
outside.
anything if we go for that shot? I know, but if I go for that and I miss, do we end? Is there? Okay. So what do I?
So looking at, I think, hitting the yellow, maybe and rolling over.
Okay.
Not sure.
Seems like they'd be
My
risking the
concern
shot
is
stone.
that if I really screw up and
They
I
would be risking the
totally
shot
miss
stone.
room or whatever, I don't
That's
wanna,
why. That's what her hesitation was.
Okay, so I'm not going to give them a point. Okay, well, I won't screw up then.
There was some through the window communication going on down here.
Tap our outside red one there that's in the 12-foot. That's really the only shot I think we have.
So if we just don't want to come down the center line.
Tap. Okay. How is she getting to that? Is she coming inside out at it?
We're shot right now.
I'm saying, like, if we just
I don't
do that one, we won't be shot.
I don't think so.
And you don't want to try to come right down the center line? Wow.
Fernand's got lots of ideas on other shots.
There's a lot of discussion going on down there.
Well, I mean, it is a pretty obvious line of right up the center line
I mean, it's
to make the takeout.
realistically, it's just
Either,
gonna run
you know,
straight and go
both
right
for
through.
Mike's last
I mean,
shot to
'cause
take to take
there's
out the
a run
red,
there.
or for.
But does it get you too?
It probably doesn't actually, because of where the second yellow is sitting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's a lot of risk for not much reward. I'm surprised she's not coming from the middle out to this.
I know.
Because they have been kind of moving across there pretty well.
Well, I pushed it out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
They're ringing the crap out of that cowbell over
Yeah,
there.
they are. Somebody is really excited about cowbell.
Oh well.
More cowbell. All right, so
There was really no shot there.
there was really no shot there, right? You're exactly right, Jackie. Don't beat yourself up. There really wasn't a shot. So they're still not. Okay, they've agreed now. I didn't think it was that close.
What, do you know what the score was?
One red.
Red. Okay, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
they were talking about it, but
Yeah, I think they
it
were
was-
just talking about other things they maybe could have done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, it looked pretty obvious from the house
Yeah,
cam.
it did look pretty obvious. So
All right, so we're
8-5 coming home. So Temple trying to steal 3. This is going to probably be a clinic in takeouts.
I imagine so, especially with Mike Stefanik's reputation for
Yeah.
doing that anyway.
All right, so Jackie calls for centerline guard here on the first stone. Looks like that's what she's going to get.
Other turn. Thank you.
And I think Michael's trying to come into the house here. Or is he throwing through? Probably
Either one is
happy with
probably
either.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna go.
I think that
through.
was going. She threw that through.
sorry, wrong camera there.
Need me to switch you?
Oh yes, I do. Thank you. Nice.
Not that we're using the overhead cam yet in this end, but we probably will. So Jackie's going to go ahead and come behind.
Oh, I guess all the cowbell was. It looks like we've had handshakes on D. There's nobody out there anymore.
There's
There's some people
it's been
taking.
no one out on D for a few minutes actually.
Few minutes, yeah.
Well, I mean, I look over and I see people standing over there, but I think it's just people from C using that.
Just
as their
using
way to
that
be out
extra
of the way,
space, yeah.
And some photo ops. And so it does look like Team Donaldson from Dallas-Fort Worth was victorious over Team Robinson from, where did you say they were from?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
And Drummy from Potomac.
Oh, that's right, Ian Drumming from Potomac.
I think she was a last-second addition. Somebody backed out.
Same way you just threw. Out
Yep.
turn.
It's hard to tell.
All right, so he's I think he's calling the takeout in the top yellow. So I might have a free guard violation here.
Or maybe a
tick.
He's going to hit it kind of thick. Actually, the red is going to...
It's out.
It does cross the sideline, just
it's
barely.
Out. It's out. She's just making sure that she's right, but yeah. So... I would agree with Neil that guards are good. She came a little deep in that last one, but now she's going to tap it back.
Yeah, I think that's your only way to get a big steal.
Yeah.
When you're trying to steal, so you have to play to the center line.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough to get a 3 other than just sort of piling up the center.
So they're doing the classic Potomac broom drop thing out there. Not a big fan of that personally, but
yeah, I believe that originated elsewhere.
Okay.
Plainfield, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say our old website used to have a bit, like in the section about curling etiquette, said like don't drop the broom, especially at Plainfield. So I think that's where that came from.
Okay. All right.
It does, leave little dings in the ice.
Yeah, it's
I imagine the ice makers definitely cringe a bit every time that happens.
Ken Ray will come out and yell at you.
What?
Ken Ray will come out and yell at you.
Yeah, well, that doesn't take a lot.
He has actually called in and yelled from stuff he saw on the web stream.
All right. Well, he might be watching now. We should be careful.
Oh, Ken's a good guy.
Oh, he's a great guy.
I believe he's been coming in every morning at 6
He
a.m. to
has.
scrape.
Yes, he has.
Dedication.
I mean, I wasn't here, but it's on the schedule, so I'm going to just defer that he was here.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I heard a story from someone that it was a Bonspiel, and they were mopping between draws.
Uh-huh.
And they mopped, and then they set the mop up against the wall, and he saw it in one of the cameras and called in to say, like, hey, you can't leave the mop there.
Hey there, everybody. Spencer Stevens joining you. I am done with my kitchen shift, so breakfast and lunch served.
Good work.
Hanging out. Yeah, taking a break.
I did
do some commentary.
Yeah,
taking a break to a different volunteer gig now.
Yep.
Didn't have any of the lunch, but some of that French toast that was out was still out when I got here.
Fantastic. Yeah, the Nutella French toast. Yeah.
Sounds great.
We slathered in butter and Nutella is amazing.
Lunch was food's been awesome this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we love hosting teams here at Potomac. We love feeding people here.
That is
almost a double.
Not bad. They took the top one out.
Yeah, at least he moved it out to the open.
Yeah.
And so Karen on our chat has said it did originate from Plainsfield, and they still do it there. So.
Yeah, we actually did it at the Dykes this year.
Yeah, well, some people did it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a Potomac team on every sheet of ice for one draw at the Dykes, and it was the brainchild of myself and Chip Cherlow. We decided to get it out there before the first stone was thrown.
If it came out of Chip's brain, you always got to question whether it's a good idea.
It's always a good idea, according to Chip.
It's always.
Hashtag Chip Chat.
Hashtag Chip Chat. So as a shameless plug for our fellow member, has a radio show every Thursday night, Chip Chat. It has nothing to do with curling. Curling gets mentioned every once in a while, as do many other random thoughts that come into Chip's head. So it's entertaining. I think they're about 6 weeks into it so far, kind of finding their groove. So if you have some free time, check out the podcast.
Check it out.
On Ripped Radio Network.
So that last rock there, the red, just widened the guard area, but looks like they're going to come down to tap that up, maybe.
I think he's running it back.
Run it back, yeah.
Yeah. He's up 3. He's just looking to kill stones at this point.
Running it back, or is it maybe a peel of shame?
It might be a peel.
Like a kill weight.
I might catch something in the back here.
Oh, he's going to hit a red at least. He spreads the reds out. Or spreads the yellows out, I mean.
Yeah. He's not thrilled with it, but...
yeah, he's definitely not thrilled with leaving another guard in play.
No.
Jackie now definitely getting places to hide stones.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to guard the port.
I like that call.
Yep.
Sitting 2.
Hopefully she can leave it high, real high.
Yeah.
Like a 1 guard would be ideal here, so that because Stefanic's going to run it back if she comes deep.
Is that enough ice for that, though?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't.
Unless they're expecting this is going to be so light that it's just going to
Die.
die.
It looks a touch heavy coming down the ice here.
Yeah,
they might go a
it's
little
going to overcurl, too.
Yeah.
If it doesn't overcurl too much, they can roll it off of the
right.
guard.
Bounce.
Come off the broom there.
There's the bounce.
Yeah, there's
a
the
happy
tap.
bounce.
Yeah. Okay, so it gums it up quite a bit.
Bounced a little too hard, but I don't know that Stefanik has an open port to come all the way down to it, so he's going to peel.
And here's the, a veteran skip versus maybe when an inexperienced skip might go for the red that's kind of exposed, shot rock. Veteran skip says hit the top one. Better things can happen hitting the top one.
Well, and also he's got the hammer.
He does.
So it doesn't really matter what's in the house. If there's no guards up, he can throw a draw.
Exactly.
And he doesn't even have to draw for shot. He just has to draw to cut red down to less than 3.
Here's the pitch. Looks a little tight. They're going to hold the line there. So their shooter will peel out there. A little to the side, but it's still in play. It's a little bit better. Everything's still under cover, though.
The good news now, at least they're his up front when he's running them back.
Yep.
Yep, he can now use those as another way to score with the hammer or cut down red with the hammer.
Looks like Jackie's going to draw in here.
Yeah.
Try and get 3 in the house.
Yeah, she needs to get a third one in the house, and she would love it if she could be on the same side of the house there with all the guards. We've got some 7th end scores on A. It was
that's pretty lopsided there.
Surprised they're still playing.
One more for Schultz. So Schultz is up 10-4 over Rick Balala. I'm guessing they're just playing until Rick is out of rocks. He's got 2 in the house, so he still is potentially in the running for a 6.
Yeah, they might have already given the unofficial shake there, and they're just throwing back down.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean there are obviously 2 other games still going on, so we're definitely a little delayed here.
Yeah, we had a pretty long first draw in the morning, so everybody's a little bit late.
Yeah.
The last draw also went kind of long.
Well, especially that one game.
The game on D, yeah.
It was seemed to it was played quite slow as well as being behind to begin with.
Made up for it here though. Shook early.
Yeah.
And on sheet C, we had 2 more for Mike Higashikawa from Chicago. He is up 7-4 after 7 over Jason Hotra from Dallas-Fort Worth.
To all of our viewers here watching the live stream, thank you very much for joining us for the 13th annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel, hosted at Potomac Curling Club in Laurel, Maryland.
Oh, as you say that, 2 people just joined.
Nice.
I guess they knew Spencer was on.
Thank you for joining us.
I was going to say there's 35 viewers, but now it says 37. So Spencer gets on, and we get the ratings.
And if you guys are visiting us here in DC or you live in DC, check out downtown. The blossoms are blossoming right now.
All right, I'm gonna play, so I'm gonna sign off and go change before all these guys jump in the locker room.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good call.
So my teammates smarter than me just advised that. So it was fun announcing with you guys, and
now
I'm gonna go see if I can not lose.
All right.
All right. Good luck. Good curling.
We'll talk about you as soon as you take off the
Deal.
headset.
All right, so back to the game. We got a little bit of a yellow tap up there on guard, gumming things up a little bit more. And a yellow in the back, so Looks like Jackie's going to want to go back for that draw shot there to put 3 in the house.
Yeah, and with that yellow in the back, she can come down to that.
Yeah, lots of
She
good backing there.
She may need to move it a touch to make sure she's counting all 3, but
yeah, it looks like
that would be a good place to put her 3rd stone.
Yeah, that yellow stone looks like it's second shot there. So a little tap will definitely do it.
This is
to get all 3.
A bit heavy, and it's not going to curl over at the moment. No, it's starting to. Here it comes. It's going to get back to the center line at least.
It might touch that stone actually. It just comes right down to it.
So she's counting at least 2.
Yeah, I think she's only sitting 2.
Yeah, so yeah, she's sitting 2 there.
Isn't quite enough to tie.
And there are the handshakes. All right.
Yep. Jackie not immediately pointing it out in case Mike was going to maybe make a mistake on the shot, but he takes a look at it and realizes he doesn't have to throw the stone.
Yep. And Team Stefski for the victory.
So yes, Team Stefanik is going to advance through the B event. Their next game will be this afternoon at 5:30. Unfortunately, that's the end of the road for the weekend for Jackie Temple. But she did win her game yesterday afternoon to get into this game, so not a completely fruitless cherry blossom Bonspiel.
So handshakes all around, and might be able to pan over to sheet C here for the last couple rocks.
All right, let me figure out how to do that.
Sheet C on their 8th end here, and this is DFW against Chicago.
There we go. We're over on sheet C now. Of course, the angles are not quite ideal. The camera's over here.
Gotta count the stones.
All right, so there's a flash for the red stones. Do you guys know who's what color?
Chicago is red.
All right, so Chicago throwing red stones. Skip, Mike, Higashikawa. Higashikawa. And for our overhead here, we have 1 stone sitting shot for red. And it looks like a flash for DFW there, right through the house. However, they do have 1 stone as second shot there. Call for the takeout.
Yeah, there's... So, yeah, yellow is down 3. They're sitting second and
fourth, yeah.
So, if there is a... No, it's not really there. It still looks like a lot of rocks left in the end.
So it might be the case here that yellow will be run back onto the red. No, it's all the way through. That's a good shot. And That's 1 and 2 for red stones.
Just getting closer to running out of stones here for the team from Dallas-Fort Worth.
It's a call for a takeout here. Run it on the red and try to get both of the red stones out the back.
So is he hitting the high red onto the yellow and back?
Hitting the high yellow there. Run that back on both reds.
Oh, okay. So
for a
he's going to
double
go
takeout.
around the high guard. Onto
But
the
it looks
yellow
like
in the house.
we're gonna crash the guard here on the center line. Putting another red in the house there in the back of the 12. So red is sitting 1, 2, 3, 4. And calling for a guard. So folks at home, if you're close by to the curling club and you want to stop on down, we're having sushi for dinner to commemorate our theme here for Cherry Blossom Festival. Sushi and fried rice, some other Japanese themed cuisine. Chip churlo in the kitchen. Hashtag chip chat.
Yep, Cherry Blossom tradition, one of the Cherry Blossom traditions. Chip Churlo has a recipe for a Japanese-style chicken. It went over really huge one year, and so we sort of put him in charge of Saturday night dinner every year now. So it is official. We've got handshakes on sheet A. Paul Schultz from Pittsburgh with Pete from Potomac is going to win that game. So his team will advance through the second event and will play this afternoon at 5:30. Rick Balala's team from Chesapeake and Plainfield, they will be progressing no farther in the tournament.
So it's looking like it's coming down to the wire here for Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah,
two more stones in the lineup there.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to get all of the reds out of the house at this point. They have one in. They need to get their last two in and also get all the reds out. So they're not out of rocks, but it has to go perfect from them from here on out.
Monumental task there.
Most definitely.
Yeah, they basically need to throw two perfect doubles with their last two stones. If they throw a great double, then somehow red misses a shot, then yellow can throw another double, and then the four reds will be out, and the three yellows will be in.
It looks like Mike's going to guard up that left side there.
I mean,
if not, draw in for another.
I think even just peeling the yellow would have been a great shot, because then that runs them out of rocks. But
I would agree, yeah. It seems like if he puts another one in, that's just going to be one more stone that they have to.
Yeah, that's true. Or if he guards so that they can't remove any.
Yeah, so it forced them for the run back there on their center stone. And it looks like it's completely in the house.
And
they're sitting 5. And it'll most definitely be a very hard takeout there. So they'll need to remove many stones here in order to bring it back up to a tie. And they're eyeing the triple. skip Jason Hatra. And Jason yesterday, he was wearing a Schlafly jersey with St. Louis Blues colors. I'm actually from St. Louis myself, so I had a pleasant meet and greet there for another Schlafly fan. So if anybody's joining us from St. Louis, incidentally, then yeah, some St. Louis folks here in the curling club in Maryland. Go Cards.
Really, of all the teams from St. Louis you're going to get behind, that's the one? Like, I mean, that's the only one that wins, I guess.
Yeah. Well, of course, the Baltimore Orioles were originally the St. Louis Browns. So, and I'm for the American League, I'm Baltimore Orioles fan.
Oh, well, that's fine. We're not far from Baltimore.
Yeah.
The O's are a fun team. They're whatever. As a fan of anyone else in the National League, though, I can't stand the St. Louis Cardinals, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I don't blame you.
This is gonna crash on the guard. The yellow over there is gonna go through the house.
Yep.
I believe that is now official.
That is the game.
The yellow is now out of rocks.
Yes.
Before it was just pretty much out of rocks, but now they just don't have enough left.
You gonna shake?
All right.
I mean, there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take much longer to throw them down than it would to push them down.
So might as well get the practice shots in for the skips there.
I mean, Mike Higashikawa doesn't really have to do anything here but just get this to this end of the sheet.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if it gets here on the delivery or if they just kick it down.
You know, any opportunity for practice, you know, practice perfect. As they say, practice makes perfect, but I believe in perfect practice makes perfect. So if you get the chance to draw down here, you know, the game's, you know, unofficially over. Want to throw 1 stone just for practice there. It looks like
Nice.
just past the button and sitting in the back of the 4.
If he was practicing his draw weight, he's very close.
Yeah. So let's see if Jason can answer.
I expect Jason's answer is going to be to just throw this very hard.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't sit 6 at the end.
Yeah. And it looks like he's going for the draw right onto the button. So let's see if he makes it, covers the pin. You know, get that nice hefty paycheck from Tim Hortons. And there's the pitch. Line looks good to me from here in the warm room. And they're calling for the sweepers there. Very light. Looks like it's going to come up as a guard right over the hog line. And hey, looks like Jason puts it right in the top of the 4 foot.
A little assistance.
Yeah, with a little assistance there.
All right, I think we're done here.
All
Let's see
right.
handshakes.
But that makes this game official as well. This is Higashikawa defeating Jason Hotra. So Steve Higashikawa, Kristen Higashikawa, or sorry, not Steve, Mike Higashikawa, Kristen Higashikawa, Kevin Young, Aaron Horowitz, they will advance. They will play this afternoon at 5:30 as they advance to the second event of this, the 13th annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. That is the end of this draw, draw number 11. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes for draw number 12. Draw number 12, I believe, will be some C event games.
Yep.
So that's all we've got.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned.
All right, we're signing off.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
All right. Now I'm going to